Hello. Welcome everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. Um, yeah, it's going to be a fun one today. We're going to uh, go over e-commerce today. Alan asked if we will be discussing client first today. We're not going to do that today. We might just do a quick overview of it, but I'm not going to cover it too much in depth in today's live stream. So welcome everyone. If you're new to these live streams, I do a live stream every Monday through Thursday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, where we go over everything Webflow, from building layouts and websites in Webflow to animations and interactions. And if you need support with your site, you can drop a super chat and I can take a look at your site and provide any insight to help you build. All right, so let me just take a look here. I do have, let me just open up a blank project here. So, hey Manuel, how's it going? Nice. We're gonna go over e-commerce today, so that should be fun. Oh yes, I was creating a new project in Webflow. That's what I was doing here. All right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna build an e-commerce site today, or we're gonna start. I was previously working on, this interaction I mentioned before. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with these images, but there will be an interaction video coming out very soon on this. But I've been working on this quite a bit. It took me a while to figure out like how to get all the animations working in sync, but the final solution is actually much simpler than I thought. So yeah. Today I would actually have a question, but only if it does not mess up your plans for today. Yeah, no worries, Manuel. You can ask a question anytime. But yeah, as I jump in, or during the live stream, I can answer the question. So I'll go ahead and get started. And if Manuel, if you write your question, I'll take a look. But I'll showcase what we're going to be building today. It is an e-commerce site. It's a very basic one, but I just wanted to create a basic one so that I can showcase how to set up e-commerce in Webflow. So we're going to build this HTML template. It's called Pixie, and it's just pretty straightforward. There's a hero image, there's products, and the products have a product page, and then there's also you may also like section, which is perfect because it will allow me to showcase all aspects of Webflow e-commerce, like the product page, the categories page, and then we can work on the checkout page as well. And this template just has a few pages, so I'll try not to focus too much on the design because I do want to showcase Webflow in general. But yeah, this is what we will be building today. Someone will ask, okay, thanks. Is there a way to add a YouTube video to the site without having the title of the video displayed? That's a good question. We can test that out. Actually, let's just do a quick test. And let me just find a YouTube video. And let's see here. I'll find a WebDev for you video. And let's see. Let's use this one. And cool. So I'll just add a YouTube video. So a video, which is right here. And we'll just add this one. So you don't want the title up here. Is that what you're saying, Manuel? There was a possibility to add show info 0 to the URL, but YouTube does not support this anymore. Yeah, I'm guessing if YouTube doesn't support it, it might not be possible. But yeah, is that what you mean? Like this kind of top section? Let me publish this and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I do see the title up here. Let me see. Yeah, it does look like that show info has been deprecated. I'm just doing a quick search here, Manuel, see if I can help out. Yeah, the show info I can see here, but if it's deprecated, I mean, I can try adding it, but I doubt it's gonna work. Let me try just adding these pieces of code in here just to see if it works. What's privacy mode? Nope. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. All right, cool. So let me preview this. No. I'm just trying out a few things here. If it's not possible, my idea is to open the video in a lightbox instead, but here I have the problem that the user would have to click twice. First to open the lightbox, second to start the actual video. I see. So in a lightbox, I'm assuming the title doesn't show. I don't think it does. Yeah, that's a good question, Manuel. There might be some custom code to automatically start the video once you open the lightbox. Maybe that's a possibility. Hey Josh, how's it going? Yeah, none of these work here. Actually, let me see something. Maybe if we try YouTube embed. So yeah, Josh, today we're gonna work on an e-commerce site. I'm just helping Manuel with a little YouTube thing here. Here, let me try something. I'm just gonna take this from this site, and we're gonna add an embed element, and just try that, and use a different video. Okay, we'll do some research. Don't spend too much time with it. For sure. Yeah, it's not removing it. So if we add it in the lightbox, all right, this will be the last thing. I'm just curious now. So add a video. Let me just drop this in here. Yeah, it still looks like in a lightbox it shows the title. Yeah, I'm not sure. Manuel, maybe there's a reason YouTube deprecated the option to not remove the title. But yeah, seems like it's necessary. Or yeah, unless there's some custom script that removes it. But yeah, let's go ahead and start the e-commerce build. So I'm going to go over e-commerce. Tomorrow I will cover client first. I know I've been saying I'd be covering some FinSuite products. So I'll definitely be covering that, and maybe we'll start covering it near the end of this live stream. I will be ending exactly at 1 today. So I've just told myself to end the live streams at 1, unless there's just a really good question, but the aim is to end at 1 for sure. Yeah. So let me go in here, and we're going to be rebuilding this e-commerce site. just very basic, like I was saying in the beginning. So we can just go ahead and jump in and start building it. I might take some creative freedom with this template. I'll just use some of the images. So I'll go ahead and open the assets panel. So this template you can find at freecss.com. I'll go ahead and post this link. Hey, Excellence, how's it going? Yeah. Cool. What language is that? Seems like a pretty cool language. You Kuro Bawani. Is that how are you? I'm not sure. Cool. So yeah, we'll just quickly start building, and we'll just build an e-commerce site, and then we'll show it to everyone and make millions of dollars. How's that? No, I can't guarantee any of that. But yeah, I'll just go to the images. We'll just drag and drop these images into the assets panel so we can quickly access them. The images are all small, which is great. So I'll just put them in here, and then we'll have access to them. So I learned my lesson from the last time I built a site. Initially I'm not going to use the Webflow Nav Bar. We'll just add a Nav Bar to mobile to make it easy, to make a mobile menu easier on tablet and mobile. I hope I said that right. All right, so let's just get started. So we have this top section. There's some text here at the top. We have the logo, and we have some nav links. So that's easy enough. So I'm just going to add a div block, and I'm going to call this nav wrapper. And then in here, we're going to place another div block, and I'm going to call this top banner. And then we'll add another div block, and we're going to call this, we'll add a div block. We'll call this logo section. And then we'll add another div block, and we'll call this Nav Bar. Okay, so up here, looks like we have this blue section. It's about, and I'm going to go fairly quickly because I want to cover just the e-commerce concepts in general, but starting off with a good build, right? Because we want to go through the steps of building the site and adding product pages and category pages. So this is just going to lay the foundation, so we're not just looking at blank pages. So I will move pretty quick through all of this. So I'm going to set this top bar to 50, maybe 40 pixels. And I'll just grab the color here. So I'll inspect this site. This top bar is, let's see if I can grab it. The color, they called it a pre-header. So we have this blue color here. You know what? I'll use the color. I was thinking about taking some creative freedom with the colors, but we'll just make it easier here. Then we have this text. So I'll just copy this text. I don't even know what the text says. I'll add my own text. So I'll say add a text block, and I'll say welcome to our e-commerce site. No, get 20% off with 2 orders or more. Cool, something e-commerce related. So this top banner, I'll set it to flex, center. So we have this text in the center. I'm going to use pop-ins for the text just because I like that Google font. Hey, Tommy, thank you. I don't know if I read that recently, but appreciate it for sure. So these classes are Monday through Thursday, every Monday through Thursday. And from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central. And I cover everything Webflow. And we create animations and interactions. And I do provide support via Super Chat. All right, so I'm just adding pop-ins and add font. And here we go. So we have the pop-ins font, and I'll use it for this text up here. So we'll call this top banner text. And we'll say pop-ins, and we'll say white for the text. And let's see how it looks all capital. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And we'll set the font size a little bit larger. And we'll add some letter spacing, something like that. Cool. All right, then we'll add the logo. I'm not going to use this logo because the quality is not very good. So I'm just going to type out the logo. So for the logo section, just going to center, and we'll just set it just add a text block, and I'll call this logo text, and we'll just call this Pixie, all capital, and we'll style it here, pop-ins, and make it very large, something like this. Set the line height to unitless, which it kind of becomes like a percentage, and we'll add some margin to the top and the bottom, maybe 20 pixels. And let's make this, let's make it bold, something like that. So there's our logo, and then we'll add the nav bar. So here we'll just add link blocks with text inside them. We could add text links, but I like that link block so you can add padding, and I think you can do it for text links as well. Anyways, I'll add a link block because it just gives us the ability to do more. So we have the nav bar. I'll set the flex setting to center, and we have the link block. Then I'll add a text block inside of this link block, and so we have home, products, about us, contact us. All right, cool. So I know I'm going fairly fast, but in order for us to get to the e-commerce concepts, we'll definitely want to build this fairly quickly. So link block. So I'm going to call this nav bar link, and we'll remove this underline, and then we have this text block. So I'll call this nav text, and we'll style this text. So I'll say, let's see here. So it's black. I'll set it, 333 is fine. We don't want to make it completely black. So we'll say pop-ins, and we'll just re-add this color. That's the thing with text inside of a link block. You have to manually go in and select the text again. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why Webflow hasn't updated that, but it's just kind of a thing you get used to. So capitalize that, and we'll make it, let's make it medium, and make it a little bit bigger, 17, line height 1. All right, so there we have our link block, and I'll add some padding to the nav bar link, something like 15. Cool. So we have our nav bar link. Just paste, and then we have products and about us and contact us. Okay, we'll add some letter spacing as well. Cool, something like that. That's looking pretty good. And let's add a little bit more margin to the top and bottom, maybe 40. So we'll work in intervals of 40 for the site. And yeah, so far so good. We'll add this hero image. So I'll go ahead and actually, let me think here for a sec. So we have the nav wrapper. That's fine. I could turn this into a symbol, and then we can easily reuse it on other pages. So I'll go ahead and add a section. I'm just going to call this hero image section, and we'll set the height to 700 pixels maybe. 500. Okay, and then for this we'll just get the background image because it's a decoration. I'm just going to use it as a background image, and it's right here. Perfect. Cover, center, don't need it to be tiled, and bam, that's looking good. And let's add some padding to the top and the bottom of this as well. Maybe 20. Yeah, there we go. And this might be too much margin. We'll work with that 20. All right, cool. So far so good. I'm liking that. And I'm not going to worry about this part right here. So we can already jump into creating products. So this featured section is just grabbing products. So let's jump into Webflow and start building our e-commerce site. So to start with e-commerce, I'm just going to follow along with the e-commerce checklist and then just share some more context around each step. And then it'll kind of just start making sense as I'm building the site. So to start an e-commerce site, you just click on the e-commerce icon here in Webflow, and then it says we'll automatically create 2 new collections to get you started. And one thing to note here, and this is very important because I would answer this a lot when I was working at Webflow. Hey, Omkar, how's it going? What's up? What's up? So when you enable e-commerce, here it says here, enabling e-commerce will create e-commerce collections, pages, and settings that you won't be able to completely remove. So once you enable e-commerce, you can't remove it. So that's just one thing to note. Webflow hasn't added that option to remove e-commerce. It does add that extra script that ties in with everything else in Webflow. So it makes it difficult to remove it once it's enabled. All right, so let's do this. Let's click on it. So right away, let's just go ahead and add a business address. So we're just going to go through the setup guide. It's just, step by step. It makes it easier to just do it this way. So we're going to add a business address. I'm going to say, WebDev for you. And I'll just use a fake address for now. Fake business address. US fake address generator. And yeah, let's use Pennsylvania. So street address, I'm just gonna grab it here. So wouldn't it be cool if I grabbed like somebody's real address that was in the street, or state? That would be cool. City, Altoona. I'm just using a site called Fake Address Generator. State, Pennsylvania. And zip 16601. All right, currency. So for the currency, I'm going to use United States dollar, but Webflow does have tons of different currencies that you can choose from. And depending on if you're using Stripe or PayPal, your currency may or may not be supported. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. United States dollar. So language and region, this will determine how the price will be formatted, but you can format the price or customize how the price looks in the general settings as well. So we'll leave all that as is for now. I'll hit continue. And the store name we'll just call Pixie. All right. You can set your customer support email. So I can say, or I can say support@webdevforyou.com. Business name, WebDev for you. So I'm just going to change this to Pixie because that's the name of the site. Yeah. The address is there. So notice that, we already entered this in that modal, and then it takes us to the e-commerce general settings. So let me just save this here. So to get to these settings, you go to this gear icon right here, then you go to e-commerce, then you go to general, and then you have access to all that information. So you can update it if you want. So, we have the business info, business address, business or business name, that's fine. Currency, United States dollar, language and region, and here we can customize the price formatting. So depending on if you're in a specific country that has different formatting for the price, you can update all of this here. You can set the currency symbol, the amount, and the currency code, and this is what it's going to look like here, right? So I can actually delete all this except the amount. I can delete the currency symbol and I can add it, at the end. Not that I would do that, but different currencies have different formatting. So we have the amount. So I'll put the currency symbol in the front and the currency code at the end. Then I can add some space in here. And boom. For the currency symbol, I don't want a space. Yeah, there we go. All right, and I can hide decimal for whole numbers if I wanted to. But yeah, that's how we customize the price or format the price for the store. It's in here in the general settings. All right, so that's done. We added a business address and a business name. So now let's go back into e-commerce and go to the setup guide right up here and review currency settings. So let's look at that. I already did that. We reviewed these settings. So I'm using the US dollar for the currency. Who knows, at some point there might be cryptocurrencies or like Bitcoin and all that. I know that's pretty popping right now. But yeah, those are the currencies. Click save. And yeah, so we did that. And let's go to add a product. So now we can go ahead and add a product to the shop. So right here, click add a product. And then it takes us to our products collection list. So I'll go ahead to the site and let's go ahead and add this product here. It is called, it doesn't really have a name, so that's okay. But all the information we need is right here. So let's go ahead and create the product. So right up here, we'll click new product and let's give it a name. Let's just call this blue jeans. How's that? Blue jeans. And I'll just copy this description. It's just lorem ipsum text. So it's not really like any text. And right here, we can start to add categories, right? So there is this categories collection here, but you can start adding categories here and then they'll be automatically added to the categories collection list here. So let's look at this site and let's see the different products. So we have jeans, we have coats, we have purses. Let's see what else we have. Shoes. So let's see for the categories. I'm gonna do jeans, coats, purses, and shoes. How's that? It's kind of an assortment there. Jeans. So I have to click here to add a category. So I'll say jeans and click create. So we'll just create a category this way, but then I'll create the categories here so we can kind of get a feel for how to add the what am I trying to say? How to add categories in multiple different ways. So if you notice here, it says one item. No, I haven't talked about adding payment options yet, Manuel. That's going to be closer to the end. Hopefully I can get through the entire build today, but I'll touch upon adding payment methods near the end after we've added products and categories. Cool. So yes, we have jeans. That looks good. And let's go ahead and add the main image. So let me go into the images here and let's see. So we have, let's add these blue jeans here. Then the price, let's set it to $29.99, or what's the price here? $45 or $25 for these. $25. We won't use a compare at price. We'll use the standard tax calculation. I don't need to add a SKU here. I'll just let Webflow assign a SKU to it. I don't need to track the inventory. Or actually, if I did want to track the inventory, let's say I have 10 jeans, so we'll just say 10. And if it gets sold out, then it'll show an out of stock message in the shop. Shipping, it does require shipping. It is a product. I'm not going to go ahead and fill this out. If you wanted to, you could add a weight, let's see if that actually shows. Yeah, no, there's no kind of weight there. So I'll just skip this and let's see, does it need an option set? No, we're not going to add an option set for now. All right, so yeah, that's it for creating the product. We called it blue jeans, or let's see, there's two different, so I'll say dark blue jeans and click create. So we have our product, and if we go to the category section, we see we have jeans. I can go ahead and add a few more categories. So we have jeans, coats, and go back in here, new category. That button's not working. I wonder why. Categories, new category, there we go. Purses, create. That seems like a little bug there. Okay, yep, definitely a bug. I'm wondering if I'm clicking the buttons too fast or something, but cool. So e-commerce, categories, new category, there we go, and shoes. Cool, create. All right, so we have our categories, perfect. We have our product, dark blue jeans. So let's go ahead and create the product page. So now that we have the product page, if we go to the pages panel, we can see we have the products template page and the categories template page, and we have the checkout page, the PayPal checkout page, and the order confirmation page. So if we go to the checkout page, we can see we already have kind of the checkout fields, and for PayPal, we have the similar kind of situation there, and then the order confirmation, same thing. But if we go to the products template, we're going to see that it's blank. So we have to build out the products template page, and let's just take a look at our setup guide, see what we have. So yeah, let's go ahead and add a shipping method as well. So add a shipping method. no, let's build out the product page, and then we'll get into the shipping method. So I'm not going in the exact order, but very close to that order. All right, so let's build out this page. Should be fairly straightforward. We have an image on the left, we have the title, the price, and all that good stuff. All right, so for the body, I'm gonna add a section, and we'll just call this product section. And let me capitalize the section. And let me convert this nav wrapper into a symbol. So I'm going to right click. Let me see if I can access it. Nav wrapper and create symbol right down here. And I'll call this nav, just nav, or navigation. How's that? Or nav section. Okay, create symbol. All right, so I'll go into the products template page, and we'll go ahead in the body, we'll add a symbol right here, nav section, and just place it at the top. All right, so any changes I make to a symbol, it will be applied to all pages that have this symbol. All right, so we have the product section, and let's add a container in here. So I'll add a div. I'll say container, and we will set the spacing to auto, so it goes in the center, and a max width of 1200. And then for this product section, let's just add padding of 40 pixels to the right and the left. So essentially, the content will never bump up against the left and the right side of the browser. All right, so we have the container, and let's add the this product section here. So within the container, we'll set it to flex and justify left and align stretch. And let's see how I want to do this. Yeah, let me add a wrapper in here. So let me add a div block, and I'll call this product wrapper. And we'll do a left and right side. So I'll say, so product left, and I'll say, let's see here. So I'll say for this product wrapper, let's set it to flex, horizontal, align stretch, justify left. So for the product wrapper, I'll say grow if possible. Or for product, let's see, product wrapper. Yeah, let me set it to 100%. And the product left, and then I'll just copy this and I'll duplicate it, and I'll call this product right. So we have our left and right side. On the left side is just the image, so I'll just add an image, and I'll get the image from the product main image. Okay, and I'll set this to 100%. So it fills the available space, and that image, I might have added, did I add the larger one or the smaller one? So this is 230 by 250, and this is, yeah, they're both kind of small. Oh, big here. This is the one I want. Yep, that's the one. So let me go back into the e-commerce products and delete this image, and I'll add the larger version. Okay, click save. And I'm not going to add more images for now. But yeah, there we have the image. That looks good. And we'll quickly add the title. So for the product title, I'm going to do, I'll do H1. So I'll do a heading, H1, and I'll call this product title. And we'll set it to pop-ins, and yeah, let's do bold. And we'll get the product title get text from the product name, dark blue jeans, that looks good. Then we'll get the price, so we'll add the price. I'll just make it a text block, and we'll say product price. And so if you notice, I'm using the CMS to get the information from the product, so I don't have to type anything out. And that's the power of using collections. You can just use collections and then reference them to get the information for your product page. All right, so pop-ins, and let's make this a bit larger, something like that. I like that. That looks good. Then we have the text, and yeah, so I'll just add a paragraph here, and I'll call this product paragraph, and we'll set this to pop-ins, and we'll add a line height of 1, make it unitless, something like that. That looks good. And so for this text, let me just do something here. I'm going to go into the e-commerce products collection. Oh, cool. I already did that. So I just have to get this this text from the description. There we go. That looks good. And nice. So now for this button, I'm just going to add an add to cart button. So we'll say add to cart, and we have the quantity add to cart. I'm not going to do buy now, so I'm going to hide the buy now button. So we have the add to cart, quantity, yeah, and the quantity. That looks good. So what I'll do here for this button, let's see, option, field label, select field. So I think it's to this option here. I'm going to set the flex setting to flex. Oh, can't do that actually. So let's try the option list. Is that what I want there? Nope. Maybe it's this one. Yep, that's the one. So to the default state, we're going to add a flex setting, and I'll set it to align center. And yeah, that looks good. And this button looks a bit wonky, so we're going to have to update that. But let me go ahead and change this field label to match the text. So I'll set it to pop-ins, and we'll just say medium. Okay, then I'll add some margin here to the right, maybe 20 pixels. We have this field label. Yeah, let me remove the margin from the bottom to this quantity. So I'm going to set it to 0. There we go. Now it's starting to make sense. And we'll add some more padding actually to this button. 15. And so this quantity, I'm going to add some margin to the right. And I'm going to add some border radius to this button, maybe 10, maybe 20. Let's see here. And no, something like 5. All right, cool. So we have the button, add to cart, perfect. And I'll just work on some of the margin here. So I'll do something like 30. 30, sure. And 30. Okay. And then for the product right, we'll add some padding. Maybe let's do 40. So I'm not using, I guess I'm using increments of 10 because I'm using 30 and 40. Let's do 60. All right, cool. I'm liking how that looks. Let's add some top margin to this section, maybe 60. Cool. So there's our product page. That was fairly straightforward. Let's see if there's anything else I want to add. Nothing at the moment. So when we're done, or actually I can do this. Let me add another section. Yeah, I'm going to call this, just to add another div block actually in the body section. So I'm going to add a section, and I'm going to call this featured section. Okay, and in here I'm going to add a container, and what we would do here is add a collection list, right? So I'll add a collection list, and I'll grab the collection list from the categories, right? And once we had more products in each category, or actually no, wait, let me see here. Yeah, what I would do here is add a collection list, and I would get it from products. And when we had more products, we could filter this collection list. Like if I select the collection list, we can go to the element settings, and I can filter by a specific category. Yeah, so by category, and the category contains, jeans, and then click save, and it would only show the jeans. All right, so hopefully everyone's following along. We built a product page that looks good. So let's go back into the e-commerce settings. We only have 20 minutes left, so I'll quickly go through this. So let's add a shipping method. So again, this is in the e-commerce general e-commerce settings. So I'll only ship to the US here. So shipping, we want to click there. I want to add a new method, and I'll just do a flat rate. So with shipping, you can do flat rate, percentage based, price based, quantity based, or weight based. I'll just do flat rate, and I'll call this US shipping, and I can do international shipping as well. Description, shipping, I'll do international and US shipping within the US, and for the amount I'll say $10 and click save, and then we'll add so we'll click save here, and I'll add a shipping zone. So add shipping zone, add countries, and I'll say rest of the world. Click done, add a new method, and I'll say flat rate, and I'll call this international shipping. Shipping internationally for the description, and we'll say 20. Obviously I do more research as far as what the actual rates were, but international shipping. But yeah, this is just to quickly demonstrate. So now I'm shipping to 246 other countries, as well as the US. So I have these two shipping zones, and if I go to taxes, I can turn on automatic tax calculations for specific countries like Australia, Austria, all the countries that TaxJar supports. So Webflow uses TaxJar to calculate automatic calculate taxes for your store. So TaxJar only supports specific countries. So the countries that are, countries that are in the United States, Canada, Australia, and the European Union, TaxJar supports all of those countries. And let's see. So if all of these countries, you can set automatic tax calculation. So Webflow can automatically calculate, the taxes for each product. All right. So if you turn it on here and you're shipping, taxes gets really involved, and basically the way taxes are calculated, it depends on where your business address is located. So Webflow has a good article, tax configuration Webflow. I highly recommend kind of going through it, and it just kind of explains taxes in more detail for sure here. Basically, like if in the US, sorry, that's my dog there. In the US, you only collect taxes if you're shipping within your state. If you're shipping out of state, you don't collect taxes. So let's say I'm in Wisconsin and I'm shipping within Wisconsin, then taxes would automatically get applied for someone who's purchasing within Wisconsin. If I'm in Wisconsin selling to California, then no sales tax gets added. The user who's purchasing might be required to pay use tax, but that's kind of hard to enforce. Taxes, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole because it's like there's so much that gets involved with it, or there's so much that goes into it. But just know that Webflow uses TaxJar to calculate taxes. You can disable automatic tax calculations here if you don't want it to be applied within a specific country. But all the countries that do support it are automatically turned on here. So you can see it says on, and all good. All right, so that's taxes. Let's see, products. Let's go to the next step. Add and design your cart. So let's go ahead. Oh, that's one thing we didn't do, which is a super important step. We do want to add a cart to any page that has an add to cart button. So I'll go ahead and open the symbol. We'll add the cart in here in this nav bar. We'll go ahead in here. I'll hit Command K and add a cart, the cart element. Add to cart cannot be placed in the symbol. Oh, did not mean to do that. So I want to add the cart element. There we go. And I'm going to place this on the right. So I'm going to say, let's see here. I'm going to say position. I'm just going to call this cart. Say position absolute and place it on the right. And we'll give it a width of 100 by 50. Nope, that's not. Let me undo that. So how do I want to approach this here? So flex. And then I'm going to grab this. Let me place these nav links in. Yeah, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I just want to align this one to the right. So yeah, let me just call this cart and position. Yeah, position the cart here. Position absolute. The cart wrap position property can't be changed. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. All right, we'll work with that in a sec. Here, I'll just add some margin here. Nope, won't do that. All right, we'll leave the cart there for the moment. Yeah, I didn't know you couldn't change that there. Okay, cool. Don't want to do that. All right, so we'll leave the cart there. That's fine. Nice. So we added the cart element. Let's go ahead and click on it, and we'll open the cart. And we can change how the cart opens. So I'm going to open it from the right. So we have it on the right here. And so if I preview, if I close the cart and preview, add to cart, we can see the cart opens in from the right. All right, so far so good. Let me add 2 more products just so we have something to work with. And do you know if there are any plugin integrations to connect your Webflow shop to other marketplaces like Amazon, etc.? I don't know if there is, Manuel. There might be. But let me see, plugin shop to other marketplaces. Yeah, maybe with the API you could do that. Like, because I know with the Ecommerce API you can send out information. Like if someone places an order, you can send out information to third-party tools via the API. I'm not sure as far as integrating. I know Webflow has the Google kind of shop integration and the Facebook Pixel integration, but I've not heard of any Amazon integration. So yeah, let me add a few more products here, and let's go into here, and I'm gonna call this I'm just gonna call this blue jacket. Okay, and just grab the text here. I guess all the description, all the products go to the same product page, so I'm just gonna call this, go into quotes, and then I'll add the image. So let's see here, it would be, let me see the size of this, 230, that's the small version. I want the larger version. Yeah, I guess we'll drop this one in for the main image. We'll give it a price of let's see here, $35. Track inventory, we have 12 of these. Okay, and I'm not going to add a weight. We can add product variants, like if we had a red jacket, or like, actually let's do that now. Let's just call this jacket, and let's add some option sets. So we'll add an option set of color. Yeah, we'll say color, we'll say blue, red, and black, and done. And then we'll add an option set. We'll say size, and we'll say small, medium, and large. Okay, so we added the jacket. That's done. Click create, and then we'll add one more product. We'll say, what products do we have here? Yeah, we'll say purse, and we'll just grab this description. And I just want to showcase this because we already created the product page, so adding more products is really easy. So I'll just say purse, and we'll just add an image. See if I can get the larger version. share thing here, main image, and for the price, 45. Okay. And we'll add some option sets. So we'll just say color. We'll say white, blue, and pink, and done. And for each variant, you can also add your own unique image. So for one variant, I could, let's say, let's say for the pink one, right here, we can replace the image, and I can just grab that image from the assets, and let's see, and I would just do this one. Okay, so now we have a different image for this variant, and we can change the price for each variant and different settings here, and track inventory for each variant. All right, so I'll click create, and that's it. So now if I go up here, I'm on the products template page, and if I go to jacket, we now see we have this jacket. We have these fields here, so it doesn't look great here, so I might just update this. Or one other thing we can do, we can select the option list, and rather than select buttons, we can just use buttons here, and then I can update this. I can set this to vertical, and let me set this to vertical as well, and justify left. All right, so we're just changing the design a bit. That's okay. All right, so we have buttons for the variants. Then if I go to purses, same thing, and cool. All right, so yeah, we've designed the product pages, we've added products. What's left here? Let's go to the next step. Design e-commerce emails. Yeah, you could upload your own logo. So if I had a logo, so I can just grab this one, and then this logo would appear here. But these are how the e-commerce emails would look. And let's see what else we have. Let me save changes. So add a payment provider. So for Manuel, so to add a payment provider, we can just go to the settings here. So this gear icon, go to e-commerce, go to payment, and this is where you can connect your Stripe and PayPal payments. So yeah, let me see. Should I do this here? Yeah, let me just connect my Stripe account. And I think I might have to verify a few things, but let's see. Yep. Hopefully this works, because I'm not sure if my Stripe account is connected to a Webflow project. Hopefully it's not. So just waiting for a Stripe verification code. And let's see if it sends quickly. Yep. 773. Okay, probably shouldn't say that out loud. All right, cool. And connect. We'll see if this connects. It might be connected to another project, so I'm not sure. Yeah, cool. And all good. So once it's connected, you'll notice that you have access for these different payments, and you can also enable web payments if you want to accept Apple Pay and Google Pay. And I'll connect my PayPal account as well. All right. All right. So you need a PayPal account to connect all of this. And I am connected. Sweet. Oh, so I think my PayPal account is connected to another project, which is okay. All right, so once that's all set, you can go to checkout. You do need an e-commerce hosting plan, so I'm not going to add one now, but in order to enable checkout for your store, you do need an e-commerce site plan. Okay, we have already set up the shipping. We've set up the taxes. You can set up notifications here as well. And you can integrate Facebook and Google here for your site. And if you wanted to integrate Shippo, you could do that as well. So Shippo is a shipping provider, not a shipping provider, but it allows you to print shipping labels for your orders. So you can just purchase shipping labels, print them out, add them to your package, and then go to your post office, and that's it. Yep, that's it, Manuel. You just need a Stripe account, and then you just log in into Webflow, into your Stripe account here, and same with PayPal. With PayPal, you do want to make sure, if you're using PayPal, that within your cart you add a PayPal button. So right here in the e-commerce section of the Elements panel, just add a PayPal button and you're good to go. And then on the checkout page, you also, it's probably good practice to add the PayPal button as well, in case the user just changes their mind once they get to the checkout page. Rather than Stripe, they can pay with PayPal. So that's it. I'm pretty impressed that we covered all of that. So we can do one more thing here, is we can actually, let me go to the products template page, and so let me delete this, and we're just going to add, let's see, let me add the image. So I'm going to say image, and we're going to get the image from the main image. So we have that there, and we're going to just going to call this product featured product image. We'll set a specific width and height, so 300 by 300, and we'll say cover for these images. And then for the collection list, we'll set it to flex, horizontal. For the collection item, we'll just add some margin of maybe 40. And then in the collection item, we'll add a text block, and we'll get the text from the product name, and we'll get the URL from the current product. All right, so for the collection item, we'll set it to flex, vertical, and for the title here, we're gonna set the link, remove the underline, and just call this product link, and set it to Poppins, change the color. Okay, and make it a little bit larger. So we're getting close to that 1 mark. And let me add some margin from the top. And to this featured section, I'm actually going to add some margin to the bottom, maybe like 100, so we have some space there at the bottom for now. And let's add a text block, and we'll call this product price. Just use the product price there, and then we'll get the text from the price. Yep, cool. And we'll just add some top margin. All right, so yeah, that looks good. We have our featured section, and we just add some margin to the top. I could also add a title here, so I'm going to add a H3 or a heading and place it at the top of the collection list. Featured section. So let me add a div block. Call this features wrapper, or featured wrapper, and place all this in here. Give the featured wrapper a flex setting of vertical. We have the heading, going to change this to an H3, and call this featured heading. Set it to Poppins. Yeah, bold is good. Featured items. All right, and then just add some margin like so. And then I'll just copy this featured section, and we'll go into the home page, and I'll paste that section in there. And that looks good. So let me go ahead and publish. And we built an e-commerce site. That was fun. I won't be able to add products to the cart, or I can add to the cart, but I won't be able to go to the checkout page because I don't have an e-commerce site plan. But yeah, as you can see, you can build an e-commerce site in about an hour. We didn't build the categories page, but it's similar to the product page. You just have to build out, and then you can reference the categories template and just reference anything in there. All right, did it publish? Yes, it did. Let me go to the home page. All right, so we have the home page, we have the cart, nothing in the cart. I would design this differently, so I might, I don't know why it doesn't let me set this to absolute, because I do want to set it to absolute. Yeah, no, if I set it to absolute, that doesn't work. So I would mess with this a little bit to get this working right. I might do something like add a div block in here, and I would put all the nav bar links inside of here. I would call this something like nav wrapper, something like that. And then for the nav bar, I would set it to, let me try this, to the right. And then for the nav wrapper, set it to auto. Yeah, something like that. And then I would remove, well, that doesn't quite work because it's not centered. So nav wrapper. Yeah, that's fun. Here, let me try something like this. 40. Nav link, nav wrapper. Yeah, well, that doesn't quite work. So let me try centering it. We're giving a, nope. Nav bar. Yeah, and let me remove the auto here. Okay, I see what's happening there. Yeah, not crazy about this here. I would kind of want to style this a little bit differently. But yeah, we'll kind of worry about that later. I'm not gonna, typically you'd want the cart more like to the right or something like that. Okay, so we have the hero section. Then if I click on, actually I would want this in a link block, but I'll click on purse. It takes us to the purse product. I can select the variant, click add to cart. It gets added to the cart. I can continue to checkout. It would take us to the checkout page, but checkout is disabled because we don't have an e-commerce site plan. You can check out the site plans for e-commerce on the Webflow site plans. So here, if we go to site plans, we can look at the e-commerce plans. You can take a look at the different prices for e-commerce plans. All right, so yeah, that was a fun build. And then I can, for all of these, I can go to the different pages, and we have the different products there. So what I would do on the featured section, I would add a link block, and I would put all of this inside of the link block if it lets me do it. It's being kind of weird right now. Okay, I won't be able to put this in there, so that's fine. And so can I convert this to a regular div block? I cannot, so let me delete this. Put that in there, and then I'll add just a text block, and we will call this product price, and again we'll get the text from the price. Okay, and the product price is there twice, so let me get the name. Here we go. Alright, and I'm gonna remove this class and call this featured. What did I call this? This is called product link. I would give that a different name. Okay, and for this link block, let me remove the underline. And for this, let me give it a color. Okay, cool. So then for the link block, we'll just link it to the specific current product here. So this purple, so that when we click on each link block, it takes us to the current product. Product. And then I'll go to the products template, delete this feature section, and paste this one in there. All right, cool. So I'll leave like a few minutes for questions. It's a little after 1, but I do want to leave a little bit of room for any questions. Yep, so now if I click on any of these, it takes us to the product page. All right, and I would want to link these out to their respective pages. These Nav Bar links, I would say, to a specific page, home page. And then if I had a products page, about us, and contact us, I would link those out as well. That was fun. All right, so tomorrow we'll go over FinSuite's client first. And let's look at the clonable. So I'll clone the project and take a look. All right, so yeah. If anyone's new here, I know I went kind of fast. I'm just kind of looking to, I was just looking to showcase kind of the e-commerce concepts. All right, so yeah, I'm looking at the client first, and it looks like they have all the classes that you would need to specifically style your site. So the docs, let's look at the docs. Meaningful names. Yep. So yeah, this looks like it would take a moment to kind of sift through, but it looks like it's just pre-written classes so that your client can have an easier time styling their site if they want to. So yeah. I'll watch this video, but that's basically the gist I get. It's just pre-made classes so that it's easier to style your site, or to start off with specific classes and all of that good stuff. So like if I had a text block and then I wanted to add a specific class, let's look at the classes that they have for text. We can say text size large. Text size large. Okay, and then it uses rems. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So the client first is using rems. Let's look at the body. Using rems and unitless line height for the font. All right, so yeah, I don't know if there's much I can go over with that. Maybe like FinSuite. I'll take a look at the video just to see if there's any really cool features that I want to cover here with this system. But it just looks like a design system that makes it easy to start off with specific classes rather than coming up with your own class names that you can then share with clients or other developers and designers, so that you're all on the same page as far as designing the website, which is cool. Any system that can bring more clarity to a project, I'm all for it. I think it's far too easy to get lost with class names in Webflow. And if you have a design system or some type of method or structure to naming classes, I think it can make everyone's lives easier, including the developer and the designer, and for the whole team working on the project. So definitely think that's a plus if there can be some structure to the class naming convention. All right, so yeah, that's it for this live stream. I'll leave 1 minute. Great to see everyone. Great to see Manuel, Amkar, Josh. Excellent. Great to see you. Tommy, thanks for joining. And Alan. I'll cover client first a bit more. Tomorrow I'll take a look at it a bit more. All right, thanks everyone. Definitely ended a bit earlier than usual. Just went 10 minutes over, but this was a fun build. We went over e-commerce, and yeah, that was fun. Everyone, yeah, thank you. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Stay tuned for this interaction video. I am excited to create this video. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's once I figured everything out, it's actually quite simple. So I'm excited to explain the step-by-step process to save everyone time if they want to create something similar to this. All right, thank you. Thanks, Manuel. Thanks, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.